Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey, queen.
It's so exciting to be here again.
Right. Like, I can't process, like, me being here right now in the moment, but that's just something else that I want to get into.
It's going to come. Like, while you're getting here again, you'll come back again. Because I feel the same way, literally. I'm like, wait, is this real?
Like, have you ever been in a moment and you don't feel, like, fully present? Mm-hmm. So strange. There was this older lady, and she asked Salik and I, she was like, what is one thing that you would say is the hardest thing in your 20s? And I was just like, living in the present, because the past, you're always trying to heal and go back and like heal those wounds. And then in the future, you're always thinking about how you could become this person that you're called to be. Mm-hmm. So just being here and being here in the present, so important. And that's what I've been working on. So present me, please, because I'm so happy to be here today.
Yeah, this is real. This is now. This is happening. Like, we're here in your apartment.
I know. We have an apartment studio now, y'all. So I was going to leave, but then Salik and Aurora begged me not to go.
No, you can't. Girl, you're lying right now.
They literally was like, Salik was like, well, I ain't gonna lie, I really don't want you to go. And Aurora was like,
I said it.
Please.
No, I said it like subliminally. I was like, well, you know, if you would have moved, I would have been sad. But
but no, I was gonna move to a different location that I've never lived before, still in North Carolina. But I realized I didn't know if God wanted me to move or not. Like, I was just wanting to move, wanting to be away, like, kind of so that it would fix my problems and heal me. But the thing is, what I had to realize was that wherever you go, your healing you can heal anywhere, basically. Yeah. It's on you. Mm-hmm. So, and another thing is, I was asking God, where should I move? Where should I be? And God was not speaking to me, or maybe I just was not hearing clearly, but no answer is an answer. Mm-hmm. So I came into that realization, and I also realized that if what I want to move for, if I'm not consistent with that now, then how can I be consistent with that in a new area? Right. So I surrendered to God and just let go. And it's crazy because I posted this post yesterday on social media.
I saw it. I reposted it.
Really? It said, when you surrender, God can like
do more
lead
for you.
And then versus like you having control or whatever. So
yeah, God can do more for you than you can for yourself when you're in control.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. So you surrendered and you got an apartment.
I surrendered. I got an apartment in my hometown, and I call my surrendering my soft girl era. You know how everybody's like, this is my soft girl era? Like, mine's is surrendering to God, allowing God to flow through me and speak to me, and just being open and not saying yes to everything, but having boundaries, because, you know. Yeah.
I love that, because I surrendered too and last year, and it does feel like a soft girl era. It feels like you're just like, I'm gonna lay here and just allow what God wants for my life to be what it is for my life, because I don't want anything else other than what God wants for me, you know. Ooh, yeah. And when you live a life like that, you don't really worry. Like, you don't look around and you're like, dang, I'm supposed to be in this place. I'm supposed to have this money. I'm supposed to have my life together, have a family, have a house, have the blah, 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 right. At the age of 25. Yeah. The way the rest of the world is doing it. But when you follow God's control of your life, everything flows. Everything feels good. There's less weight on your shoulders, less pressure. And of course, there's still pressure, but it's less when it's God in control, and not us and our egos, because then we make our egos God.
Yeah, because the world puts enough pressure on us within some Instagram baddie, just popping out, traveling all the time, like not having a job, not working. And then as far as showing people who have kids and who have these big platforms or these big things at the perfect timing in their life, we start to compare, and that is a thief of joy. Like, that's the thief of joy, basically. And I realized, because I've been getting closer to God also, so the enemy comes in your life and to steal, kill, and destroy, and the first thing is to steal. So stealing our happiness and our time for us, because if we're so caught up in the time with, oh my God, I'm supposed to be here by now, or I'm supposed to have kids by now, or whatever your scenario is, or your aspirations is in life, if we're so caught up on the time of it all, then we miss the presence of it all.
Yes, that's the power of the being present. That, like, a lot of people think by 30 I should be here, or I should have this together, but we don't think about how Oprah became Oprah at 46. We don't think about, you know, Steve Harvey became Steve Harvey at like an older age. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, and it's more so because, yeah, like so many people that have set that example of just listen to yourself, listen to God, and follow through with that. And I know it can be hard, especially being surrounded by people that don't understand that. That's why it's important to isolate yourself the way you have, in a sense, because you have your own place now, and no one can tell you anything about what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. It feels so much better when you're alone. Solitude heals so much. But yeah, surrender, soft girl era. I'm with you. With you.
Yes, it's so much I wanted to touch on, but it like comes in my brain and then it just goes out. So what have you been up to, Miss?
Oh my goodness. Girl, so much has happened. When's the last time we did an episode? Like months ago, huh?
Yeah, it was last year, I believe, in November.
So
we have done some episodes. See, we've been having some problems with
technical difficulties.
Yeah. So.
Well, since then, I started to step out of my comfort zone and do things that help me grow, because when you're always, you know, I would look at fear and be like, God, it's such a big thing,
right?
I'm so scared, you know. I allowed it to control my reality, and then I realized, you know what, like, I'm just gonna jump into it and see how it goes, even though I'm shaking, even though I'm so scared, even though my heart beats so freaking fast and I could basically have a heart attack right now because of how fast it's going.
Dramatic.
I'm just still gonna keep pushing forward. And I did. And I have, it's crazy because I don't know, for those of you who know or don't know, I'm like into singing. I sing, and
she's a singer.
Yeah, and this has been something that has been like calling me since last year in February, actually. So like about a year. I've only been doing it for a year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
it feels like so long. But it was around November time that I decided to December, that I started singing live, like in front of people, and that was something I used to not be able to do. I'd get so nervous. I'd get so like shaky. And of course I still do get shaky, but I'm like, I'm going to push through this fear anyway, because why not? You know, like at the end of the day, everyone's human. We all make mistakes. If I skip a word, if I say something wrong, if I, whatever, like, so what? I'm human. We're all going to die one day anyway.
Really? You know? You being so afraid, but no matter how scared you are of this dream that you have, which sounds weird to be scared of something that you were called to, because guess what? You're qualified for it. It's already happened. It's already yours, and you're scared to grab it.
Yeah.
But God prepares you before you get it.
100%.
Like, even when we would spend time together, hang out, and we were at my family's house and karaoke, like we did karaoke,
that was a moment.
That was God preparing you. Like, are you able to grab the mic and perform in front of this little crowd? Because if you are, I'll give you more.
And more of that came, like, it was around Christmas time that I did karaoke in front of my family. Then I did it in front of like extended family, and then I did it I went to a restaurant. My mom invited me to a restaurant where they did karaoke there, and I did that, and I was like, whoa, I just did that. You know, how scary. But people cheered me on. People said, do another one. I'm like, really? Like, you know, and I'm still in that phase of, you know, even this whole journey, I hope you guys know that I started it because it was something I felt called to. Like, it wasn't because, like, I'm going to choose to do singing. No. I want people to understand, like, this is something that I'm being called to do. Like, step by step. I don't even know what's coming out of it. I just know that I want to help the world on my way there, and that I have a passion for singing and music. And so it's feel like it's those jumps of like, go do this, go sing, go write. And I just keep listening to those and go. And then also last year I traveled to like Baltimore and I recorded a couple of songs with a friend.
I remember.
Yeah, and that song is now out. I have like a first collab song now. It's called On My Own, by Diana Nicole Ross, featuring what is it?
He said we better play it.
we did at the beginning.
Yeah, we did play it, and we're gonna give you guys a little bit more, but we're not gonna give away the whole thing, because you should go listen to it on your own. On my own. No, I literally love that song. Like, I'll just be getting from the gym or doing something that brings me closer to being the best version of myself, and I'll just listen. I'll be like, it's a vibe, y'all. Y'all gonna love it. Like, I even took a bubble bath, lit my candles, and was like playing the song. Wow. It's not even because like you're my sister. It's because like it touches my soul.
Yeah, and that's the point, you know. And it's so beautiful. Like, y'all, it hasn't even been a year that I decided to start following this calling, and I already have a song. Of course, it's a collab, but I have a song out, and it's a verse where I wrote that verse when I first was going through my healing. So for me to be able to share it with the world is it means so much to me. It's so sacred. It's like my raw, vulnerable self, you know, giving to the world, showing the world, and basically like paving a path. Because Diana messaged me. She's like, hey girl, one of my friends said she related so much to your part. And I was like, wow, that means more to me than winning a Grammy. Right. Than winning 10 Grammys. I don't care about
because you know, like, you're not alone, and like other people have gone through the same healing journey as you. Yeah. But you telling your story, like, it means so much.
Yeah, and yes, girl, because it was heavy.
We gotta get Diana up here with you,
girl. Yes, that'd be so
flowers.
Good. Nah, for real, that would be so good. I'm gonna tell her. Like, you should come on to the pod. But through this process, I've had haters, y'all.
Are you for real?
Yes,
like somebody hating on my sis.
No, and see, I never would have thought there would be a day I would see someone hating on me, because I'm not the hating person. Like, you don't hate on someone like me. Just because I don't give you bad blood. Like, there's never resentment, never. But it just shows more about the person than me.
Exactly. So, like, try to explain that to me. He was like, he mentioned something like of the haters. And as soon as he said something like that, I was like, hold up. I don't have any haters. And he was like, yes, you do, girl. And I'm like, what? I don't give give people hate vibes. Like, so they shouldn't give me those vibes. But it's not even about that, because what's in your heart and what's in someone else's heart is completely different.
Yeah, that's what I learned. So, like, the only reason I realized that I had haters was because I posted this post on Instagram, and I captioned it like, imagine hating someone or talking shit about someone following their calling. And this random person messaged me, and I didn't respond because I'm like, they want my energy. They want me to respond. Why would I give them that? The best revenge is no answer, you know? Because then it's ego towards ego. It's like, what you say about me? I don't care. You think
more
I care?
Like, I don't care what you say about me.
All right, not for real. I should have sent her that song. It was a girl, yeah. But basically, she was like, girl, like, you've had 3 callings in the past 2 years. And you can't even sing. So what are you talking about? Kind of like that. And I'm like, dang, you must really hate your life to send someone a hate message like that. You know what I mean? Like, I would never try to hurt someone else's feelings or talk. And so what if they
got 3 callings? Like, God, they're blessed.
Excuse me, like, what?
God knows I have 3 callings.
I have more than 3. More. Yeah. Like, I want to have more. I don't want to just have 1 calling.
This isn't even like this is adding on to me. Like, There's
for real.
so much more to who we are.
Yeah, we're multi-dimensional. We have so many layers to us.
But people are so scared to do that. I bet the person that DM you is not living in purpose because they took the time.
She would never understand.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to compare you to Breezy or anything like that, but last night, I don't ever scroll on Instagram, but I did see something, and he posted something about, I forgot, the girl that used to be in the Cheetah Girls, Keely. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know, but she basically posted a comment, and she was saying how he beats women and all of that, and I'm just like, the man was 17 years, he was a boy when he like did that, and like
a kid.
And not only that, you don't know the whole situation. Not only that, like, he has to deal with God, and God has been forgave him, because I'm sure he been asked for forgiveness and forgiven himself. So and then the person like Riri probably loves him, like, you know. So just for you to take your time and comment on somebody else's life, it's like, hold up, like if you would have had time that day when she did that, I would have not judged you, because
I think,
but I get it.
Like I said, haters really, it's not even about the person they're hating on, it's about them, because you wouldn't do something if you didn't feel that way about yourself, you know, like, if she didn't judge herself so much, because I bet you she judges herself way too much, and she has a lot of guilty things, or hasn't forgave herself for certain things, which is the reason why she wouldn't forgive someone who made a mistake years ago, and he claims that he's good, that he's a father, he's a changed man, you know what I mean? You got to give people like that benefit of the doubt and credit as well, because we're human. Like, who's a perfect human? Nobody.
And the person that's commenting on your life, like her situation, she used to be that girl, she's not that girl anymore. So it's like, honestly, if you out here hating on somebody, it's just a reflection of you.
Sorry. That's how I see it. I'm like, dang, it must suck to be her. Like, I wish I could really help you, sis. Like, if she knew the type of person I was, I'd sit down and be like, now hold on now, let's go over why you would be hating on somebody who's following their calling. Why would you talk about some? And then on top of that, girl, let me tell you about the other haters. Like, the other haters are older people, and they, like, to me, they'll be like all ha 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 hee hee, like laughing and stuff, and like telling me I sing good, blah blah blah. And then behind my back, they'll be like, she don't even sing good. I'm like, dang,
girl, there's people,
like, it's really older people that be talking the most crap about you. I'm like, yo, you don't have anything better to do. But you know what I realized? If they not talking about me, I'm not doing something right.
Period. That's a good thing. People out here
keep talking about me.
Right.
I want you to talk about me. Please do. Please. I'm doing something right. You know, I'm shaking it. I'm moving, you know. That's it. Because otherwise they wouldn't be talking about somebody who's not doing nothing.
Right.
Period.
But enough with all the hate. I'm so, like, I have so much love for your progress with singing. And like, I know you're taking, you have like a singing coach and like,
girl, yes. Oh my god. So yeah, aside from like all of that, I just started chatting with a vocal coach. I'm gonna start working with her starting March, and I'm also taking guitar lessons. And so I'm gonna doing low acoustic stuff.
I'm gonna have to invite you over, because
I'm gonna be singing
like
to you.
Sometimes when I'm like just trying to heal, like in my feelings, or just in writing or something, I need like to get it out. And like, I'm a good writer. So
right. Yeah, you are. Y'all, hold on. So this is something nobody knows about us. Remember that night that we wrote a song? Yeah. Y'all, it was so good.
It really was.
Oh my god, we gotta
work on it some more.
We do. I mean, we could make another song, but you guys, she can write songs. I told her, I was like, you should write songs for me and like I sing them. Because I mean, everyone, I just heard this, I've been listening to, like, I don't know if y'all know Carlos Santana. He's a guitarist. He's on the Lauryn Hill song. The guitar. I don't know what song it is. Something like that. But I've been listening to his music, or his interview, and he was talking about how, dang, what were you just saying? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. What were we just saying?
We were talking about you taking singing.
Okay. Came back.
Writing?
Sorry. Yeah. So everyone, the world, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and know that you have something the world needs.
Right.
And keep reminding yourself. It's that gift. And like, even with your songwriting, like you kind of are like, yeah, I can write songs, but like you can write songs, you know, if you actually put them somewhere, and let's say you gave them to me, or were like, sing this song, and I start doing it, you have something the world needs and that I can use to help the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, everyone has something that the world needs. And if you can just remind yourself, you'll start to remember how much of a treasure you are to this world.
And I think something that like I've surrendered to also was allowing everything to flow in my life and allowing it to come easier, because I tend to struggle with time management and managing, okay, I can write songs, but when can I make time to write these songs? And I also got to make time for my podcast and also this new skill I just learned, like, but allowing like it to flow with everything that I'm doing in my day, and just allowing it to be like what it is, not forcing it, just being a creative, just writing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but one day, like,
the thing is, art works at its best when it's not forced. Yeah. Because otherwise you're thinking too much in your mind. And the legends, like, for example, I was listening to Carlos Santana talk about Jimi Hendrix. You know Jimi Hendrix?
I've heard of him.
He only strictly everything came from the heart. Like, he was never, he said that the greats are the greats because they stay in their heart. And I'm like, wow, like, that's music. That's what music is, you know? You don't want anyone who's like strategically, I mean, of course you can add that comes after, but you have to feel it. And so that's what I would say. I mean, my perspective towards you, that just don't force it. Just
only when you're feeling it, you feel called to do it. Exactly. Like, if I'm just having a day and I don't feel like writing, like, I'm not gonna write because I don't feel like it. I don't feel called to it. Exactly. But if I do and my heart's heavy and I just get this random thought that is not mine, that is from God, and it says you should write today, or I'm out and in a way, like, someone mentioned writing, and I'm like, oh, I should do that.
Absolutely. Like, so inspiration.
That's how it comes naturally.
You know what I heard, you guys? I heard Pharrell. That's how you say his name. Pharrell. Yeah. I heard him say that the universe is like a library, and those callings, those inspirations, or whatever, those songs or whatever that comes to you, it's like checking a book out. And you, like, you know, write it, you read it, blah blah blah, and you put it back, but you send it back out into the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you read it and now you use that knowledge and give it to the world. So I don't know if that makes sense, but like, it's like checking a book out, and those ideas don't come from you, they're the universe, but you check it out and it's like, here you go.
See, I get it. I really do, because in church, first of all, I found this new church that I love, but
where at?
It's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's called Mark Church. And the pastor name is Pastor Chris. But we did a whole series on wholeness, which has really helped me. And I remember we spoke about our bodies, which made me relate to that. You saying you give it and you give it back, because our bodies are our temple. Absolutely. And it doesn't belong to us. So how you take care of yourself, what you feed into it, like, you have to return that back to God, because we're just a spirit, we're a soul. So I love that, and I get it. It's the girls who get it.
The people that get it.
The girls who get it.
The people that get it. The ones who don't.
Really don't, and that's all it is too. My job is not to make you get it. My job is to share, and if you get it, you get it. But what I'm learning is you can't teach someone. Like, you can teach someone, but you can't make someone learn.
Absolutely. Nothing changes if nothing changes, you know? And it's like me recently in life, I gave advice to one of my cousins, because he's kind of like trying to figure himself out and going through like girl problems and stuff. And I'm like, he was like afraid of losing somebody. And I'm like, and the fact that he was vulnerable and able to tell me that, it's like, not a lot of men say that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of losing her, or losing a good girl.
Right.
And I had told him, I'm like, the thing is, you can only love at the capacity that you love yourself. Mm-hmm. So if you think you want to be with this good girl, you have to first, like, if you want to feel like you deserve her, you have to first work on yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror. What are you giving her that she deserves?
Right.
And he's like, And he kind of sat there, and I'm like, what are you doing with your life? How can you improve? Ask yourself that. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to criticize you. I'm here to help you self-reflect and help you open your eyes to see what you can do better to deserve it. And that's what a lot of us do. Like, we don't prepare ourselves, or we don't try to do better so we can deserve our dream life. You know what I mean? How can you like work on yourself? How can you start working out? How can you start eating cleaner, taking care of your temple? Because when you vibrate higher, you attract so many more things. You attract opportunities, you attract miracles. And you know something? Let me tell you, girl. Those people, those negative people out there, listen to this, because when I got my guitar, it was borrowed, actually. Mm-hmm. I found it in my brother's house, and I was like, whose guitar is this? And he was like, it's actually my wife's guitar. She got it when she was little, but her dad gave it back because he was just like giving it back to her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, nobody plays it. And I'm like, so how much y'all selling it for? And he was like, we're not selling it. And I'm like, he was like, you can borrow it. I'm like, bet, that's even better. Thank you. And so I took it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, they gonna see me learn the guitar real good. They gonna see me, like,
they gonna give it to me.
Yeah, they gonna give it to me. And I'm all excited about that thought. And then I tell my little brother that he's like, nah, don't get excited. Don't think like that. They're not gonna give it to you. I'm like, why do I have to tell good news to the people that are the most realistic, the most closed-minded? For what? Because for you to shut out like my happiness just because you're not happy and you don't believe in miracles and good things? Woo. You know? And that really struck me. That's why I just said, raise your vibration so miracles and good things happen to you. Because when you're vibrating low, you're not going to believe in the miracles. Mm-hmm. You're not going to believe in opportunities coming. Right. But like you would if you were vibrating higher, loving yourself, taking care of yourselves.
Girl, people do not, like, there's different levels to belief is what people don't understand. And people really don't believe, like, high. I mean, some people believe at a mustard seed and that's all you need. But some people believe less than that. And it shows within what comes out when you tell them that good news. I didn't even think, like, it's like me thinking of myself. Like, I knew I was a believer, but it don't really cross you till you hear someone else say it. Yeah. It's like one of the things that Salik had told me before. He was like, one of the things I really, really liked about you is how, like, you believe so much. Like, you made me believe in myself. And I was just like, huh?
You're like, no.
You didn't believe in yourself? Oh. Like, no. I was just like, wow, like, that's powerful. Yeah. Like, that's the type of energy. That's the type of love. Inspiration. Like, that's just showing up as who you are. Right. And allowing it to change someone else.
Yeah, good things happen to people that have faith. You know, a lot of people wait until they see it to believe it. You have to believe it before you see it.
Go blind.
Yeah, and people can't do that because they want control. And we just talked about that. You have to surrender and have no control on this path of self-love, healing, God driven, you know, because control doesn't help.
Just showing up like you made it already. Like, Aurora, we made it, and we're sitting here on the Queendom Podcast
We've been made it.
Stage, and we have an audience right now because we really do this.
Y'all, have we talked about how we would like?
No, we haven't really opened up. It's time to kick back, relax, and open up.
Nah, but we chilling right now. You see how chill we are?
Yeah, we're so chill.
This is so good. I love it. Because we definitely gonna open up.
No, it's a vibe, but sometimes, like, I realize a lot of things that I used to do this business, and in the business I've met different people who really open my mindset up, which I joined the business and I got what I wanted off of it, which was to learn business skills and to network. And after I got what I needed, it was time to go. And then I just realized, like, I started learning new ways to go about things, like as far as meditating and as far as visualizing, because I used to like think of things, which is like visualizing, but being intentional with it and like sitting here and scheduling time to visualize, like that's so powerful too, like because it helps your belief system. Just like, let's just say you want this fire Range Rover or something, and you go sit in that Range Rover like every week and you're like, it's mine, I'm about to test drive it. Like, yes, it's gonna be yours because you believe that it's gonna be yours and you thank God for already giving it to you. So once I started practicing that, like a lot of things happened in my life where I was just like you start seeing things unfold and you like, like when we were over there and we were just drinking our green juice, we were drinking our green juice and I was like, literally like, what? I have an in-home studio basically. Like, that's so dope.
I literally was like, come here, come stand in my position. Look at this view. And then
those moments are important.
Absolutely.
You have to see your growth.
Yeah. Girl, like you came a long way. I remember I told you, I was like, I used to dream about moments like these in the sense that where I get to do what I love. The fact that I'm singing to me is like, I'm like, it's almost like you could go inside my soul and like bring it out of me. That's what singing is to me. It doesn't matter what song. If I feel the song and I'm singing it, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel like if you're with me and I'm singing, you're gonna feel me feeling it, and it's gonna come out. Same as this moment where I was like, look at, come here, like stand in my where I'm sitting, so you can see the view. And it was literally just the view of the couch and the lighting and the cameras and the setup, and it's like, we get to talk together and put it out to the world and help the world in any way. It can be one line of advice. It can be one perspective. When we touch one heart, that's all we need.
Because that one heart is going to go touch another heart, which is going to go touch 100 other hearts.
It's lighting up the world.
So, yeah. Choose lightness. And oh my God, I forgot what I was going to say. I just lost my train of thought. But
choose lightness. That when we light up one person, we light up the rest of the world.
Yeah, I love that.
We're living a dream. People wish they could be here, and I'm so grateful that we're here, that we came together. Like,
I used to live like, I don't call it fear. I just feel like it. I forgot the word for it. We mentioned it before, but I used to feel bad for having things that I desired.
Self-sabotage or guilt?
Self-sabotage. Either one of
Shame?
those. Shame. Like
Shame.
Not like really shame, but I don't know. I must say pride now, because did you know that like you feeling like you're too good for something and not like having that grace is prideful? But not only that, but you feeling like you're not enough is pride too. I learned that.
Learning that you're not enough. Like, I know it's pride to feel like you're too good for something. That's having a lot of ego. It's pride.
Yeah.
But not having enough?
No.
Or not.
So like not
deserve.
Knowing your worth, basically.
How is it prideful?
Because it's ignorance.
To what your birthright is. Right? But it's hard to believe in yourself and in what you deserve when you haven't been taught that you are the divine child of God and that you deserve everything. Does that make sense? Like, when our fundamentals growing up aren't that, how, like, I get that it's ignorance, but how, when we're so blind to it, we don't know. We've never came from somewhere where it's been told to us and drilled in our head that we deserve.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's ignorance when you know and you don't apply.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But I didn't grow up that way. I didn't grow up feeling like I have everything, like, or feeling like I can do anything in the world. Like,
Me either.
I mean, I wasn't taught that way.
Right.
I just had it. Like, I just
It
had.
came to me.
I don't know. Like, it's like I had at a young age, I was so faith driven, and so like I had a relationship with God at a young age, and maybe it's just that, because sometimes I look back at like the things that I've accomplished so far, and I'm just like, wow, God, why did you choose me for this? And it's like, whoa, you chose me for this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
It's
I
amazing.
still get excited about it.
Good.
But yeah, I've learned a new skill during this time.
What'd you learn?
Girl,
Oh, yeah.
I've been killing it with
Yeah.
photography lately. I haven't told anyone.
We have our shoot coming up. I have to order clothes.
So I just started an Instagram page for it called D.K.Visuals, Daisy Quiche
That's
Visuals. And I just want
DK.
to capture moments, because you know how I'm so crazy about living in the present now.
Mhm.
So it's like, let's also capture these moments in the present. So that's just something else that
How does that
I'm
make you
good
feel?
at.
How does that make you feel when you're
when I'm taking shots? It just makes me feel like I'm in this world. Like, it just all goes with my imagination has always been so huge. So it kind of helps me feel like I'm in the moment a lot more. So I think that's why I really enjoy it, and it comes easy. So when I'm shooting someone else, I get to put them in that spotlight and make them feel, because they are like, they're in the spotlight. So I get to shine the light on someone else. So I like that.
That's beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Y'all, she's learning a new skill. I'm learning a new skill, guitar. Like,
we're in classes for it.
like I'm taking classes for it. I'm also getting a vocal coach. The fact of the matter is that we still keep going. We not too long ago, a couple years ago, I was on my knees crying, wishing, hoping, dreaming. And now I'm in the middle of something that I'm like, whoa.
Girl, we gotta get some projectors back here so I can real life show y'all how messed up crying I was in 2021. Like, what?
Man. For me, it was 2020. I was all 2020.
Like, it started in 2020, because I'm like, hold up, what is the world doing right now? And then as 2021 came, it's like, how do I go about like what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, well, what do I do next? But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful like that we did go through that.
Yeah.
And
I can look back and be so grateful. Like, if I didn't go through everything I went through in my past, everything, every single thing, I wouldn't be who I am to this day. And I needed a tower moment, a moment of like crumble, everything crumbling, coming to the ground, to lose my identity, just to rebirth a whole different version of myself. And find who I want to be in this life. And this is who I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, just make that inner you happy. That little girl that dreams so big.
It's all about following the soul. I feel like, just like the hater said, like, you've had so many callings in the past 2 years. Yeah, because I've been following my soul.
Exactly. You see my light, but you don't see my darkness.
They don't see the lessons I've learned.
You don't see when I'm on my knees begging, crying.
Yeah.
Like, God sees that. Like, there's this post going around, and there's like how my mom sees me. It's so funny. It's like how my mom sees me, how my grandmother sees me, how my family, and then how my best friends see me, like, lit, versus how God see me, like, looking real sad.
That girl's sad.
It's your perspective. And honestly, y'all should have paid more attention in school when they talked about like perspectives and everything like that, because you will realize that everything that you're putting out is because of what's on the inside of you.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I actually just made a reel about this the other day, and I said, was it a reel or maybe it was a story? I don't know what I was saying, but basically I was saying that, what was I saying? That, what was I saying my last reel? I said, when you're following your soul, your calling. Oh, I was giving advice to my 21-year-old son.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Because I just felt called to say that. Back in when I was 21, I'm 25 right now, for those of you who don't know. So it's been 4 years. Like, wow.
Girl, time be flying. I'll be
So
looking back on my
fast.
Snapchat memories, and I'm just like,
Dang.
no, that was 5 years ago.
Right.
And I feel so bad for that girl that I was,
I
but
know.
all I want to do is hug her. Like,
I know.
baby, I know what you was going through during this time,
Yeah,
around this
I
time. But look
know.
at you now.
Right.
Like, sis, you shining.
Dang, that's crazy. Because I'm really having like a moment right now, like where you're kind of like putting that in my head to picture my 21-year-old self, and I'm like, whoa, I would have never thought I'd be here on a podcast talking about greatness, talking
I got
about
chills.
self-love. I didn't love myself when I was 21 at all.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I put someone else on the pedestal, and I said, you be the light, I believe in you. I never said that to myself.
Me too.
And so, wow, I'm like thinking about that right now. I'm like, whoa, girl, I'm so proud of you. But the reel that I made was advice to my 21-year-old self. And I said, I would have said, if I could give advice to my 21-year-old self right now, it would be to keep following your calling, keep following your heart. Because the thing is, if you just listen to yourself, like, you don't have to explain yourself to the world, because God knows what he's telling you, you know? And it's when you listen to your callings, your souls, your impulses, your nudges, those insights, keep doing that.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it, and now we're here.
Your gut is like your guardian angel.
Absolutely.
Like,
It is.
yeah.
So I'm just glad. I think that would be my advice to anyone out there who's like lost, who wants to find their purpose, who wants to just be in a space where you feel free, whole, and like you're exactly where you're meant to be. Because the thing is, you are right now, but you just feel like you're not.
Right.
But we all need our dark moments to be in a space of freedom, of light, of, without the dark, we can't have light. But,
don't choose darkness. I just want to add that, because when I was younger, I used to choose darkness without knowing I was choosing darkness. Like, and what I mean by that is, have you ever had a moment when you are feeling low, so you go and isolate yourself?
Yeah.
Because
depressed.
you're like, if I get away from everybody, if I just cut everybody off, I'll feel so much better.
Yeah.
And I'll just like heal, and then give me time. But it's coming out of hate. It's coming from hate. Like, it's not coming from God. That's like a part of darkness. But when you choose to go more in the light, like surround yourself with someone who's been with you, where you've been, watch those greats who you aspire to be like one day. Like, show up to your therapy sessions, or just like learning a new skill. That's choosing your lightness. When you choose to just stay home, overeat, and like,
because there's really
be sad, that's choosing darkness. And
smoking,
we weren't called.
weed, drinking, like all of that. You know that you're like lost in the loop. The only way you can change is if you change. If you choose change, you say, you know what, I'm fed up with this, I want to change.
Yeah,
and
it
it just
can
starts with one
happen
step.
overnight.
Yeah.
Well,
not
that's
overnight.
a tough question. It's like, I feel like
overnight?
time changes things, so it can't happen overnight, but you can make the decision overnight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can snap out of it and be like, okay, it literally, all it takes, that's what I realized too, that when I was learning the piano last year, I was so stuck on like, I'm going to play the piano and I'm going to sing this song and and I was so like on the end result, but I didn't take it day by day by day by day. That's why I never finished the piano lessons.
Girl.
And so now that I'm starting the guitar, I'm like taking it day by day, and I'm approaching every single day one step at a time. And I'm like starting with the foundation, learning the anatomy of the guitar, learning the fundamentals, everything. And that's all it takes to change. It takes one step at a time.
Because you're over the idea once you already imagine in your head what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
When God haven't even, that was just the beginning of the vision. Like, even though God gives you a vision, that doesn't mean to act on it right then. He could be showing you something that's later to come.
Exactly.
That's
just
why
like
you surrender.
Facts. Just like years ago where I'd be like, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be on stage, and okay, that's great and all, but like, what are you doing right now?
Let's work towards it.
Exactly.
First, you need to go to the gym so that way you'll feel better and you'll take better care of your temple. Because once you go to the gym, you're gonna feel more. You're going to be closer to that person that is able to write a book. So you're going to pull out a journal and we're just going to start writing every single day.
Step by step, you guys.
Yeah. So
you got this.
You really
one
got
day
this.
at a time. But yeah, I think other than that, right now, my theme of my life has been just every day taking it step by step and being present and enjoying the small moments, because one day we won't be here in this exact moment. We'll be in a whole different elevated space, you know.
Right.
In a
I love
space.
how we are aligned.
Huh?
I love how like alignment is. Like this is only the beginning. Like it really
we haven't even
is.
touched the surface.
And I'm just like, God, I feel so grateful. And this is, I know this is only the beginning.
So grateful.
But yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to cover?
Basically, I agree what you were finishing with when you said live in the present, because that's something that I've been trying so much harder to do. And honestly, taking it step by, like when I said we're in alignment, that's what I meant, because anything that is good, that is a gift, you don't want to rush. You want to take your time with it so that it can last forever. And being grateful and just implementing those steps. I promise you guys, if you do this, like write it out, because like I write a lot, to be honest. I write lists, I write everything that's on my mind and all of that. But if you,
what's your sign again?
My sign,
Your sign,
like horoscope Sagittarius.
Yeah, that's true. I knew that. I don't know why.
Something to come up in my mind, like what I need from the grocery store. I'm like,
same.
Or I'm just like a very organized, like neat. I try to be like very.
You
organized.
be OD. I'm like, I'm organized.
No, you have perfectionism issues.
No, not me. Not anymore. I've done a lot better.
Yeah,
but
used to.
Yeah, I used
Like
to be
a
really
year
tight. Yeah, I used to be like really tight and have a grip on stuff that it would make me stagnant. I would procrastinate so much because I was like, this has to be perfect. And
I get so excited about that idea and just freeze up.
No, exactly. And it's like, yo, just take it step by step, you know? But yeah, you are an organized freak.
I'm like, before
y'all should see her house, y'all.
Like, give me that pillow. Let me put this one over.
No, for real. She was changing pillows before we started. She's like, that one don't look good.
But honestly, y'all, what I would say is just take it day by day and to be grateful and to live in the present and to really focus on who you are. Make sure you write it down, like who you want to become. And like, I don't agree with writing every single little detail down anymore, because that doesn't give room for God to like show you who you're called to become. So just surrendering and knowing like it won't always be like this. Yeah. That's tough though, because 21-year-old me, girl, I could pull up a Snapchat story right now. And like I said, we need a projector so I can put it on the screen and be like, oh, this is embarrassing. Right. I believe in you, and I believe in you.
Thank you.
And together we are changing a force. A force that's changing the world. Yes. Like, what did Neo say in that song? What is it? We're a force when we're together. Baby, I'm good all by myself, but you make me better.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Ask Alexa to play. It's like,
yo DJ, I'm talking to myself right now. Put On My Own on the records, okay?
Who said healing was pretty? Just remind yourself it's okay. Just leave me alone, but please don't go. You're the best thing. Oh, was the best thing me?
that's really me, y'all. That's crazy.
Was it when I found myself that I saw me?
This is my part.
You made me
it. Oh my God. Another video with the great. Love you.
Love you. I love it for us.